And here we go. This is Lewis here, and it's time for the Nerd Report here on YouTube, baby. How's everyone doing? My name is Lewis once again. I got my man Chris. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, you know.
Yeah.
It's another crazy day in the United States.
Jeez, yeah, don't tell me about it. But it's like I don't know. I think I've been reading stats and I think escapism is very important, and that's why we're here. Hopefully, we can provide some escapism because 24 hours of bad news will depress you. That's just so. Hopefully, we get something cool. Hey, you know what, Chris? I didn't talk to you about this yet, but these came in. They're a little late. But I want to see if anyone's interested. I got this movie, and it's a little movie called The Rise of Skywalker. I got a few more. If anyone wants a copy of that, Chris, did you get one?
I did not. I don't know.
Are you interested in a code, or you care?
No.
Oh, come on, lie to me, man.
I would love a code, Lewis.
All right, one code for you. I'm like Oprah.
Code for you.
But if anyone wants one, go ahead and let me know in the comments and stuff. We'll arrange. Maybe you could send me a private message on Twitter. They are limited. So you're watching this on the recap or the rewind. It's still good. I got 5 of them. I got 5 codes for the Rise of Skywalker. It's fun to add to your collection if you don't have it. Hey, they're like $25. So
yeah, and it's a good movie to watch, to analyze.
Yeah, why not?
And try and find maybe the good end. And it does technically complete the Skywalker saga. So you gotta, if you gotta have it. Watch, if you want to do a full watch, you have to have that. And
I agree. Hey, we got my man, Jeffrey Harris. How you doing, brother?
Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F-free. It is your great honor and pleasure to have me.
JD to FF. Yeah, man. How long did that take you to create?
I created it in about a minute because I'm that good.
Oh, yeah, man. It sounds like a minute job, actually. Oh, it's Jeffrey in the flesh. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey wearing a mask, being socially distant here on the Nerd Report.
That's right.
My God, a very rare experience. Those glasses are new, man. But I mean, it's like a stud thing. So
it's like we're about to play some poker. That's what it feels like.
How is everyone?
We're good. Chris, you want to mention that game? We're gonna play on Twitter. Are you gonna play with us on Twitter after 10 a little
Twitch,
bit?
You mean?
Oh, yeah, Twitch. Duh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you gonna have time for that?
Me? Yeah. I'll have time for that.
Yeah, we'll check it out. So Cart. What's it called? Cart.
Kart Rider Drift.
Yeah, Kart Rider Drift. It's a beta. But what's the difference between the beta and the regular one?
Well, so the beta, first of all, it's a private beta, so you have to have a code to be able to play.
And we have codes for you if you have Xbox or Steam.
Yep. And it's not going to necessarily be the finished product. So, there might be features missing. There might be bugs. We do have a friend of ours over at the Grey Council who's having trouble loading the game. There may be bugs in your copy. And maybe we have to give, maybe that's what we need to do for Lunga, Lewis, is get him a new code. And see if that works.
I don't know. Download. I want to say what's up to Bunda with the first super chat here. Go Astros World Series 2017.
That's right. World Series 2020 as well.
All right. Yeah.
Saludos de Tejas. Viva Le Tejas.
I'm pimping the live stream right now on
Thank
Twitter.
You guys.
What do you mean? Everyone
Astros. Chris has the Death Star. He's got his pets there. We are rocking tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, the bird is still uncovered, even though he said say goodnight.
Who's uncovered the bird?
The bird.
Yeah, the T-Rex. The Velociraptor.
Velociraptor, you call it.
By the way, I hope everyone's doing okay out there. I hope everyone's staying safe. I hope everyone's handling everything okay. And best wishes to everyone.
You know, outside of and then we'll run to movie news and stuff or whatever. You know, pretty good. Outside of like unfortunate like damages to private property, but as far as people injured and stuff, great. Considering how many people there are out there, good cause and everything. So
yeah,
and let's do this. Peaceful protest, baby. That's what we're about.
I agree.
You guys agree?
Yeah, I agree. And
there's a lot of people out there. So usually, if there's a lot of people, you'd hear somebody tripping and falling. No one's really done it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, LA still there's a lot of people out there still out in the streets. I've seen it on the news. But you're right, they're all being peaceful.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I don't agree with some of like you know, the bonfires being lit, businesses being broken into and lit on fire, that's one thing. But I've seen like bonfires being lit for people to hang out around in the middle of the street.
Right, used to being on the street.
To me, that's okay. But with some of the methods I don't necessarily agree with, but I do understand.
Hold on, Jeffrey, do you hear us?
Yeah.
Do you hear Chris?
I hear everyone.
Chris, say okay, yeah, because you were just talking over him.
Sorry.
No, I don't know, but it sounded
like
talking
to myself. I was talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, Jeffrey. No, all good. I just make sure the equipment works.
Thank you, Bunda. Bunda, I appreciate your support, and we're going to win another World Series, so thank you. Because we're a team of champions.
I don't know. I don't watch football, so I don't know.
Baseball.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's baseball.
It's not.
For the love of the game. For the love of the game, Darth Piran.
It's Pyron, damn it.
Pyron.
Pyron, damn it, or is it just
Chris?
Pyron?
I have two words for you: Barry Bonds.
Oh, gosh.
Two more: Mark McGuire.
Oh no! I agree that steroids make the game more fun. Steroids make the game more fun because there's more home runs. Guys beating on trash cans does not make the game more fun.
Alex Rodriguez.
Now you're just saying people who took steroids.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Anyway,
could you send over the a link that we could share for the articles from 401 Mania you sent me earlier?
Sure. I thought I already sent you those.
Well, I don't have it hooked up to this computer. We could talk a little bit about. Let's start off. Maybe we could do from another.
Here we go.
Okay.
Ruby Rose will.
You got the link?
Yes, Ruby Rose will not be recast in Batwoman.
All right. Where's the link?
I can read it for you if you want.
Well, let's put up the link so we have something everyone can look at.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I send it right here in the private, sir.
Oh, okay. Wait.
We will. I'll wait for you, man. We got 15 people in the house. Make sure to press that like button and comment on any of the topics we're talking about.
There we go.
So
we'll get started with that.
So yeah, hold on a second.
We know Ruby Rose is not coming back for season 2 of Batwoman, so there will be a season 2.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, that we expected, but it's a question of how far into season 2 before it's canceled.
You really think they're going to cancel? Well, look.
Well, that's what people are speculating because they're feeling.
Yeah, speculate. Yeah, speculation.
It's not going to work. Yes, absolutely. We're always speculating about crap. Isn't that the name of the game? Speculation.
Well, I mean, that doesn't. Yeah, speculation.
And I were talking about the stock market earlier. It's all speculation.
Listen, Darth Piran, that doesn't make it fact. That doesn't make it fact. That doesn't make it fact.
No. What I'm saying isn't like the fact that yes, we knew there was going to be a season 2, but the big speculation is will it last the full season 2?
Well, it lasted. I mean, people said it wouldn't last the first season, and it did, and it's getting a second season. So there you go.
Very rarely is a show like that canceled in the middle of its first season. They'll usually let it play out the.
Plenty of people were trashing the show and saying it was like dead in the water.
But it's still a comic book show, so it's still got a following.
Plenty of comic book shows went one and done. Plenty.
One and done, but not in the middle of one and done.
Constantine.
Yeah, that's a shame, that one. But then they brought the character back in Legends of Tomorrow.
They did, but his show was one and done.
Well, are they giving him another show on HBO Max?
Constantine actually got moved to the CW. He's on
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah.
He has a big following. You want to read that article, Jeffrey?
Yeah, sure. So here we go.
He does have a big following.
This is TV Line. Batwoman is opting to erase rather than recast Kate. Isn't it Kathy Kane?
No, Kate Kane.
Well, Kate, isn't the character's name Kathy Kane?
Kate Kane.
When is it Kate?
I don't know.
Kathy Kane, I think, might be a different character.
Catherine Kane. So whatever. Catherine.
Okay. She doesn't go by Kate. Kathy. She goes by Kate.
Okay, so
doesn't her dad call her Katie?
TV Line has confirmed the CW series will create a new character to don Batwoman's cape in season 2 in the wake of Ruby Rose's sudden departure. Decider reports that a leaked casting breakdown referred to the newbie superhero as Ryan Wilder, a woman in her mid-20s who is about to become Batwoman. She is described as a likable, messy, a little goofy, and untamed. She's also nothing like Kate Kane, the woman who wore the bat suit before her. With no one in her life to keep her on track, she spent years as a drug runner, dodging the GCPD, masking her pain with bad habits. A girl who would steal milk for an alley cat, could also kill you with her bare hands. Ryan is the most dangerous type of fighter, highly skilled and wildly undisciplined, an out lesbian, athletic, raw, passionate, fallible, and very much not your stereotypical all-American hero. Well, I would say Kate Kane was not your stereotypical all-American hero either. Warner Brothers and the CW previously confirmed they would cast another LGBTQ actress in the role. So that is the word on Batwoman.
Yeah.
Ryan Wilder. It's very possible Ryan Wilder is not the real name for the character. That could be like a dummy name, like a pseudonym for the casting calls and whatnot. So
I find it interesting that they said that they have to cast an LGBTQ actress again
when it's not the same character.
Haven't they learned? No. Well, but the character is open lesbian. He just said, but haven't they learned that you don't necessarily need to cast a person because it's an actor? Like, didn't they learn that from trying to hire Ruby Rose?
I think it's because I think there's a thing right now where, like, you don't hire. It's like, I hate to say it, you don't hire a white person to play Asian. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Well, sometimes they do.
Well, they have, but nowadays it's not really. It's not.
Yeah, I know.
Chris, what Lewis is trying to say is now, the LGBTQ community or the ethnic minority communities, they want to see themselves represented in these movies or TV shows
properly.
So they want to see, in the case of Ruby Rose, an actress who is an LGBTQ actress playing the LGBTQ character, basically.
No. I understand their mentality.
Guys, the only part that I don't like here that I think is ridiculous, actually, very much not your stereotypical all-American hero. There's no heroes since Christopher Reeves that stand for truth, justice, and the American way. That was 40 years ago. So this line is ridiculous.
Captain America.
You're right. But that's one out of how many? It's not like
I'm sure I could name more
that are on live action.
Got sirens going out here. It's curfew time, baby.
Go to sleep, Jeffrey.
Oh, man.
Just kidding. It sounds like they're recasting Kate Kane again.
Well, it sounds like the character actually a comic book character? Is there a comic book character who's not Kate Kane, who's a strong, open, out of the closet lesbian? Who's all like? That's the question. Is there a real comic book character? So are they staying true to the comic books, or did they just decide? Oh well, we can't have Kate Kane because Ruby Rose left and can't recast that, so we'll just create our own character. Which
I'm not as up on the Batwoman. Batwoman's a long-spanning character, as I recall.
Yes. Well, is Batwoman long-spanning, or is
I believe so. I believe.
Or you're thinking
Batgirl is Barbara Gordon and has been around for a long.
Right.
But I think there have been different. There have been different characters. There have been different characters who have been called Batwoman, maybe other than Kathy Kane. I'm not an expert on the Batwoman character, so I don't.
Well, here's a few DC characters that are female that are lesbian or open bi that have been portrayed like that, and that would be Batwoman, Wonder Woman, Carolina Dean. I don't know who these are. Maggie
White Canary.
Hold on, that's her.
No, I thought White Canary was one of was Sarah Lance.
Yeah, there's two of them though.
In the TV show,
they have her in the Runaway show actually. Maggie Sawyer, Julie Power, Renee Montoya, which is actually in Gotham.
Well, yeah, and then Renee Montoya, they made a man in the Arrow show instead of a woman.
Vampirilla and Tracy 13. Oh, Maxima.
Renee Montoya was in Birds of Prey as well.
Yes, correct. Yes, that's correctly as a woman, and then in the
was a lesbian
show, they made it a man,
and she was a lesbian woman in that show.
Yes,
in the movie. Excuse me.
So I'm thinking maybe the entire name of the show is going to be changed. You know what I mean?
I don't think. No, it's going to be a new woman becoming Batwoman.
Yeah, but it's. Oh, did you get that out of the article, Chris? I didn't.
What?
It said a different character.
No, but that's going to be donning. It's going to still be Batwoman.
Yes, she's going to don the
Batwoman costume. Somehow they'll weave it in where.
But look at the way this has been reading. Batwoman
is going to find her or something, and something like she's going to try and break into Wayne Tower or something like that, and run into Luke Fox, and she's going to find the Batcave. Blah blah. That's what I see.
But guys in the chat and on the panel, but if you read all these titles, it says Batwoman will not recast Kate Kane in the wake of Ruby Rose exit. New character hired to play lead.
Who will don the Batwoman costume?
That's what you got out of it. I think
it said that. It literally said that, didn't it, Jeffrey?
Yeah, it says it. It says it at the beginning.
That's what I thought.
It's not going to be a new series. It's still going to be Batwoman, and the new replacement will be Batwoman. It just won't be Kathy Kane.
Oh, there you go. You guys are right. TV Line has confirmed that the CW series will create a brand new character to don Batwoman.
So it is a brand new character.
Yeah,
that is interesting. That's interesting. I like that.
I understand why they made her a lesbian, but I don't know if that's going to sell.
She's a lesbian in the comics.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate Kane is.
Right.
This new character is too, though. They could have chosen. So they wanted to keep representing.
They wanted to keep that represent that. Yeah, they wanted to keep that thematic part of the character around.
Okay.
Also, the character, we don't know all the details on the character that's going to be the new Batwoman. She might have an LGBTQ background if it is a character from the comics, but I don't know if Ryan Wilder is a character from the comics.
They're not. They just said, Lewis just read it, that they're going to create a brand new character, and then you read that she was open lesbian.
Yeah, the character description.
Right.
So she's definitely an open lesbian.
That might not be the final name. They might be using an existing.
Well, yes, it might be a different name. Sure,
they might be using an existing character. We'll see. Yeah, she will be open, but she might be an existing character. I'm still not sure.
Oh, you think it might be an existing character? Okay, interesting.
So the other thing that's going to be crazy, if you guys have been watching the show, is it something they already had planned, or did they just write this last minute?
They had to have written it when Ruby Rose left.
After,
right?
To write an entire.
Yeah, they're correcting that. They're correcting it. You know, they're course correcting.
Or they're playing.
They want to make sure they had the script ready to go with the new character. For the new character ready to go for when everything opens up and they can start filming again. Where's the film? In Vancouver?
Yeah, Canada. LA as well. Ruby Rose did thank the crew in LA, so there's something going on in LA.
Okay, so LA and maybe the CGI stage is in LA and all the CGI
maybe post-production work might be done, or pickups or whatever.
Exactly.
They do use like overhead shots of LA in the show, like all the time on all.
Because I know all the Arrowverse shows are filmed in Vancouver,
right?
Because
guys, any last thoughts?
I guess. Do you guys like the show? I'm a fan.
I
don't watch the show, but I mean, for the people that like it, I guess it's good. Even though Ruby Rose is leaving, like they'll at least get the second season, and they'll be able to keep watching this show, and they'll have this character on TV. So, good, good for the fans of the show at least.
Chris, you thought it was going to get canceled, right?
I thought it was going to get canceled. I'm surprised that it has a second season. At the same time, I'm a little intrigued with a new actress.
Who's
not well known, because I feel like Ruby Rose felt like she started to kind of phone it in a little bit.
I got to be honest. I was surprised when Ruby Rose was cast because she seemed like a little too big for us.
Yeah, and I think that maybe bring someone in who is not well known, giving them their big break, kind of like Grant Gustin got and Stephen Amell got.
Because Rose was she wasn't a big movie star, but she was appearing in a lot of films before. Before Batwoman, she was in that XXX. She was in
Meg. Right?
She was in the Meg, Pitch Perfect.
Philip Sanchez is saying that exteriors are done in Chicago.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Pitch Perfect 2. She was doing.
She was in Pitch Perfect 2?
No, 3. Excuse me. 3.
Oh, okay.
The USO tour.
Yeah.
Like she was doing like a lot of film roles. So she's doing because she had done TV work before, but it seemed like her career had kind of elevated. Not that big name actors never do TV these days, but it seemed like that. It seemed like she was more focused on film when she landed this series. So I was a bit surprised.
She's in the middle between she's not really a massive movie star.
She's always supporting. Yeah, she's always supporting actors.
She's not Brie Larson. She's not like a Brie Larson type,
No.
What
is he Locos says a few things can happen and the new actress plays a better character in action. It will enforce that Ruby Rose acting is weak. I don't particularly agree that Ruby's.
I disagree with that too.
I don't particularly agree. I mean, I respectfully disagree with that Ruby Rose is a bad actress. Honestly, I don't know why. Like the CW has a stigma that like if you're there, everything is cheap stuff. But
I mean,
I think she just felt like she was.
None of the CW shows blow me away, to be perfectly honest.
Some of them do and have. But they're roller coasters. They're not. It's not like
Krypton was really cheap. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not a CW show. It's a sci-fi show.
But it was another DC TV show.
They're infinitely. Yeah, no, dude.
To me, Krypton is on the same level.
Lewis,
I think honestly, unpopular opinion, during the peak of Flash, it was way better than
and on Legends, they hardly ever wear their costumes.
Legends is fun for what it is. Like Legends, you just have to like buckle up and enjoy it.
Legends is kind of like, yeah, I agree. Legends to me is like what Evil Dead is to horror, where you're like, this is stupid.
It's silly.
No, at first you're like, this is stupid. and then after a few hours, a few watches, you're like, I get it. This is great.
Well, you also
you know what I mean?
They do a good job of building the characters and getting you attached to the characters.
Yeah,
they do a good job of that in Legends. That's what it's the strongest. The story is not the strong suit of Legends; it's the characters.
Bunda, I don't know what you mean, but I thought it was 4. Maybe it was.
Join at least 3 seasons.
Does leaving Batwoman hurt Ruby Rose's career?
Usually syndication, it depends, but it's 100. You got to get 100 episodes and like 5 seasons.
Who's in syndication though?
Huh?
Who mentioned syndication?
Just your average Joe. It's usually 4 seasons to meet syndication. However, the Honeymooners was only 1 season.
Yeah, there's a lot of
hold on, Jeffrey. We got an entire show to go. Let's don't go through the entire.
See, the bird agrees with me.
Well, yeah, okay. So does it hurt her career? To be determined, if you ask me.
Not necessarily.
To be determined. We don't know yet. Depends what happens.
I don't think it does. I think as long as she gets back on track right now and gets some movies real quick, I think she'll be fine.
Because to me, it looked like she couldn't handle the pressure of the hard workload. That's the rumor, but a lot of rumors, I don't know.
And that's the thing. I don't understand the difference between TV and.
Well, that's kind of why I was surprised, because I know she did some TV work, but she was never like, as I recall, a long-running TV star before she landed this series. I didn't watch. I know she was on Orange Is the New Black, right? She was on that show.
Was she?
I guess, but she was on the Meg. She was in the Meg, and she was.
The Meg was a big hit. So let's see.
Yeah, that was a huge movie.
She did not. I think like 9 episodes of Orange Is the New Black. So she wasn't. She was a recurring character on that show.
So she had a story arc, I guess.
She did a one-off. She did a one-off on Dark Matter. So she never had. Oh, and she was in John Wick 2. So.
Oh yeah, she was.
She was one of the bad guys. So like she was doing like mostly film, mostly feature work before Batwoman. So. And I think even Stephen Amell has said, like, those series, they can be a grind, and it's a lot when you're like the frontliner of one of those superhero shows, and then you have to do the crossover stuff. It can be a lot. So understandable.
I don't know how to read that. Am I reading it wrong? Is it anything? Ogno. Oh man, I love Legends of Tomorrow. It reminds me of the shows like Hercules and Xena. Yeah, I like that show. I do like that.
This season because of the whole Fates storyline stuff, the Greek Fates.
Now, didn't Xena kind of have a pseudo romance between Xena and Gabrielle? Her sidekick?
It was implied.
Like they never maybe went all the way. I feel like it was implied in some episodes.
It was implied in some episodes, I feel like, but I think it was more of a running, like like it's something we don't talk about, especially then.
I got the sense it was kind of there in the later seasons.
Yeah, maybe.
Didn't she come out and say it was too demanding of a role? And that I think she denied those reports.
I keep hearing that, but mostly from articles. But hey, it could be true. I don't know. But I think the long hours is probably something there. I've spoken to people that have been cast in CW shows before, like Tom Welling, and he says the hours are awful. Not because the hours per day. It's more of a, dude, I have to spend 6 months away from my family in California and my girlfriend and everything.
Okay, here's
23 to like 30 hours of filming.
I have another report from that came from TV Line. So just so everyone knows, this is an anonymous source from TV Line that says it was a breakup. She wasn't happy working on the show. And did that make her fun to work with? No. So everyone decided it would be in the best interest of the show and for all concerns. If they parted ways, it just wasn't a good fit. According to Variety, Rose was unhappy with the long hours needed as the lead role in the ongoing series, which led to friction on the show's set. So I feel like she probably just wasn't used to getting used to that grind of a TV show gig was probably just a rough, and that's not a knock on her. It's just, she made, it's an adjustment. And when you're dealing with mental health issues, it was probably just a rough adjustment, and they had a mutual parting of ways. I don't think that's going to destroy her. It doesn't have to destroy her career unless people are going to be really vindictive and terrible to her. I don't think it has to.
All right, let's move on to our next topic, and it's kind of like really, I think it's really relevant to Jeffrey's glasses because he looks like the lead in this movie, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise and Jeffrey have a resemblance, kind of like not for Mission Impossible, but I'm talking more Top Gun. Chris, do you see it? The resemblance between Jeffrey and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, can we Photoshop his head onto the Tom Cruise playing beach volleyball?
Yeah.
With Anthony Daniels.
Yep.
Daniels. So what's his name? Anthony Edwards.
So this one, according to the Deadline, Mission Impossible 7 set to restart filming in September after coronavirus hiatus. Jeffrey, you want to go through this one? Mission Impossible. It's preparing to leap back into action again in September. Go for it. Is he muted?
Yeah, he's muted.
I'm sorry, I muted myself.
He did.
MI7 is preparing to leap back into action again in September after the Paramount feature was forced to radically change its shooting plans in February because of the coronavirus pandemic. Speaking on the BBC on Tuesday, following the publication of British Film Commission safety protocols, First Assistant Director Tommy Gormley said he was convinced that the Tom Cruise franchise can get back to work again in the next 3 months and be wrapped by May 2021. So they hope to start shooting again in September. So they're still a few months away from restarting production. We hope to restart in September. We hope to visit all the countries we plan to and look to do a big chunk of it back in the UK on the backlot and in the studio. So September through the end of April, May is our targets. We are convinced we can do this. So
sounds good.
So, I mean, the reason September, I imagine, like, this is a huge, big budget film, like probably like close to $200 million or over $150 million at least. So, it's a big thing to shut this down, and it's a big thing to like start it back up. So even though the film commissions have guidelines in place for productions to start up again, Paramount probably needs a lot of time and resources just to get everything set up again so they can safely start production again. And it's not going to happen right away. It can't be done overnight. So I imagine that's why they can't start up actual principal photography again until September. But I mean, they can't wait too long because look, this isn't a knock on Tom Cruise, but he's not a young man anymore, Lewis. Right?
It looks like
he's almost your age.
But someone in the chat made a good point.
I'm just kidding, Lewis. I love you. I love
Harrison
you, baby.
Ford still does act like he's still trying to do Indiana Jones, and
I hope not.
He is though. He's doing Indiana Jones 5, and even though The Crystal Skull was a terrible movie, Harrison Ford still looked like he could hold his own in the action department.
No, there was no action in.
For his age, there was enough action for his age.
I think he did much better in The Force Awakens.
No, it depends because Sean Connery was doing action movies like close to 70 years old. So it just depends. I mean, he's 57 now and he's still in pretty good shape.
Remember the money these people have, the fitness. We talked about it once before, I think, Lewis. There's the actress out there that said on Instagram, like she had to do this crazy workout program. I forget who exactly it was.
Liam Neeson did start slowing down though.
Well, and she said that there's no way a normal person could do this.
Right.
So it's think about the money they have and the access they have.
Yeah,
if we had that access, we wouldn't be saying that. We'd be like, yeah, we understand why they're able to do that because we have the same access to things they do. But
Liam Neeson had to start slowing down his schedule though. After he got over 60.
You're right. Yeah, everybody's different, and who knows? Maybe Liam Neeson,
But then Liam Neeson didn't become like this big action star until he was in his mid 50s anyway. Exactly. So that was weird.
Well, same with Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson did not.
I guess so.
Get popular until Jurassic Park, kind of.
Yeah, he was in his late 30s then.
Yeah, he was 40, dude. I think
40.
40s by that point.
Yeah,
because he was 53 when Shaft came out, and that was the year 2000. So it would have been mid 40s. It would have been mid 40s easily.
Yeah, because I know he was in his 40s during Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's true. So he would definitely be in his 40s.
What movie is he going to space in? Is it this one, Mission Impossible?
No, I think it's a something he's doing with SpaceX, right? Something with.
No, it's an actual movie, and they're filming scenes in space.
I don't think we know what movie it is yet.
No, we don't.
It's with the same director from Tron.
Oh,
Tron
Joseph.
Legacy?
Yeah.
Tron Legacy, Joseph Kosinski, who directed. What was that other movie with that sci-fi? Was it Oblivion?
Yeah, Oblivion.
Yeah, he directed Tom Cruise in that.
And he's directing Top Gun.
Oh, he's Maverick?
In Top Gun Maverick. There you go.
Okay.
Damn, I gotta say, man, I love Tron Legacy. I don't know why I didn't. I wish I would have hit.
Well, and then they were supposed to do a series too.
They did a series. An animated series. Yeah, it was an animated series.
Do a live action, I thought.
I mean,
Disney Plus.
The movie just didn't do very well, and the animated series didn't do very well, so they killed it.
Yeah.
Just your average Joe says that Sylvester Stallone doing Rambo. The last Rambo was just Rambo in name. It was Rambo in name only. That thing was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't even release it in theaters, did they?
They did, but there was no link to Rambo. It was just like a
really.
Well, they really released. There wasn't any like in the movie. It just felt like there was no history behind the character. Like, did you see it, Chris?
No.
It was bad.
I didn't waste my time. Did not waste my time. But I was
John Rambo was good. The one before it.
Doug Lyman.
You might be right. Just your average Joe.
I'm thinking about old. Look at Danny Glover back. I'm getting too old for this shit. He did Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
I need a vacation. Yeah. Well, Harrison Ford started Star Wars at 30?
Yeah.
So he was like the older
early
one,
30s. Yeah.
Yeah, early 30s. Carrie Fisher, 18.
Yep, Carrie Fisher was 18. Mark Hamill was 18.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was 20.
He was in his 20s.
He was early 20s.
Yeah.
23 or something.
All right, Jeffrey, you have the other one? Let's see right here.
Yeah.
This one right here, man. I don't know. This one's kind of like, let me get this up for here real quick.
Are we doing the Batman one?
Are we doing no, we're doing the New Mutants.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Is there a Batman one?
There is.
All right, we'll get to that one in a bit. This one's New Mutants. Go ahead, read that tweet. It's about a trilogy.
This is a little older, but I'm sorry about that. So from SFX magazine, Josh Boone says, after this time, I was able to make my New Mutants film, and I'm proud of it. What I'm hoping for now is that it will be successful enough so the studio will allow me to complete a trilogy I've got all planned out. New Mutants Trilogy, boys.
Not gonna happen. Man. Be cool, but not gonna happen.
I mean,
Anya Taylor-Joy, man.
What if this does get released in theaters and the response is just insane? They'd have to figure something out, right? Because I got to be honest, watching the trailer, there is nothing in that trailer that connects this to the other X-Men films at all.
No, not at all. It's its own
that we can tell. So I mean, I don't think that would happen, but who knows at this point? Like Kevin Feige has said nothing about the X-Men at all. He
said nothing about
plan.
He hasn't really said anything about Blade.
We don't know what his plans are.
Well, can we all agree that technically mutants have already shown up in the MCU? They just haven't been allowed to call them mutants.
Yes,
such as who?
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
No mutants. They are mutants, and the Mind Stone, it unlocked their latent abilities that they didn't know they had. They've yet
to be classified as mutants.
They weren't allowed to call them mutants, and now all the references are calling them mutants and all that, the Marvel stuff.
They said Scarlet Witch's powers are related to the Mind Stone.
Yes, because they were unlocked. They were latent abilities that were unlocked by.
What about Quicksilver?
No, because her abilities are specifically why she was able to destroy the Mind Stone.
What about Quicksilver though?
Yeah,
he was a Hydra experiment.
No, just your average Joe is very correct. They are Magneto's kids technically.
Yeah, and Hydra is connected to not
the Brotherhood of yes.
They've never indicated they're Magneto's kids in this story.
Well, it doesn't.
In the comics,
because it's not mentioned doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Because they were not allowed to because the rights were owned by Fox.
And Magneto was in a concentration camp that, for all we know, was linked to Hydra.
That is very true too. That is correct.
We don't know. We have no proof they're doing that.
You have no proof they're not.
They're not. Yeah, and there have been reports that. I mean, I've seen stuff, years ago talking about how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are technically mutants, but they weren't allowed to call them mutants. So they called them latent.
They were called enhanced.
Enhanced with latent abilities.
No, they never mentioned latent abilities. Enhanced is the word they used. Patricio Carrasco in the current MCU, Scarlet Witch is defined as an enhanced. That is the way they classify them. Enhanced. They're enhanced beings, not mutants. That's the way they classify.
They weren't able to call them mutants.
I'm gonna bring something up.
All right, but that doesn't mean. Look, I'm
gonna bring something up here, Jeffrey.
They're mutants.
That I don't care what they tell me.
Okay.
These characters right here. They were in the second
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct. These are Fantastic Four characters, right?
Right.
I specifically asked during the junket. I asked James. Did I ask James Gunn? I think it's recording.
Right.
Did they make a deal with Fox? He had such a political answer for it. These are Fox characters that were being used before Fox got sold to Disney. So they were already in talks. So I'm thinking that what's to stop them from using other Fox characters? Like,
they didn't know. Fox had Uatu. They didn't.
But do you guys agree these are Fox characters? This is a Fantastic Four.
No, I don't agree.
You think these are Marvel?
Yeah.
Well, we would have to see there's they probably have their own database of what characters they like. Now, obviously, they own them all because of the merger, but there was probably a database internally of what characters they own and what characters.
They're Fantastic Four characters,
and there could have been a trade. There could have been some sort of trade,
but they never said that.
Trade. Well, we don't know that. I mean, it's kind of like in sports, like when a team goes defunct in minor league baseball. Sometimes the league the whole minor league baseball themselves retains ownership. Sometimes the owners of the team retain ownership. So they're just
ego.
because
Ego the Living Planet was a trade.
Yeah.
We know that.
Which they
Fox might not have had complete control over the Watchers.
I don't
they
know.
might
That's
have had
a little fishy.
They might have had film rights on. Well, look, Fox used Wanda and Pietro. They used Wanda and Pietro in the movies, and then Marvel used Wanda and Pietro in the movies as well, around the same a year apart, basically.
Did they use Wanda though? I don't know if they used Wanda.
They
used
did.
Wanda?
She was a little kid.
Yeah, she was a little kid in Days.
Oh, that's right. You're right. She was.
So
that's right.
Pietro.
They didn't name her though.
No, but that's obvious. Well, because they're supposed to be twins.
Pietro was in Days of Future Past, 2014. He was in Apocalypse 2016, and Pietro was also in Age of Ultron 2015. So that
but back to the original topic here. New Mutants trilogy. We may not even get a New Mutants movie, so I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I don't think we're gonna get a trilogy. Come on, man.
What I would see coming out of it is a Hulu series, if anything, because that's where it's going to land once it goes to streaming. It's still supposed to release in theaters. I know that. I'm saying I don't think we'd get any other movies. I think it would get more of a series.
If it's PG-13, they could put it on Disney Plus.
True.
We don't know the rating yet.
We don't. You're right.
It would be hard for there to be trilogy for New Mutants. The movie has been on hold for like 4 years, so the actors are a lot older and more famous, so it would be harder to get a commitment from them. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Still do it. I think what's her name? Anya. What's her name?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
I think she'd still do it.
Her star power has grown.
Yes.
Since the Wish.
Sure.
Jeffrey, what's your other topic? Did you put it in there?
It's in the chat.
It's in the private chat.
Batman.
No.
Oh, okay. No, all I see is Batwoman. Okay, Batman. All right, there we go. But yeah, look, I want to see New Mutants, but the problem is, I want a trilogy. If it's anything like the trailers, but the problem is it's hard enough to get this movie in theaters, the first movie in theaters,
right?
So it's like, dude, come on.
Well, they did just announce here in Florida that on Friday theaters will be able to be open at 50% capacity.
Yeah, but New Mutants will not be able.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. So it's starting.
All right, let's go in here. Robert Pattinson on the Batman delay. Having some time off is not worth the worst thing in the world. Okay, let's see what he says here. All right, Jeffrey, go. Jeffrey? No, yes? What happened?
Okay, I was trying to throw it to you.
What is this, basketball?
Kinda.
Hold on, let me rethink. The ongoing corona pandemic has put many movie productions on pause, including The Batman. The upcoming superhero movie from director Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson will portray the Dark Knight and has seemingly been thankful for the break from the filming. Let's see why, though, Robert, because if it's because you don't want to exercise, you're going to get bashed again, even though I think it was a joke. Reed really gotten into a good rhythm as well, so it's kind of strange to be pausing, but again, it's a hard move. I mean, obviously it's Batman, so it's kind of nice. Pattinson told Total Film while promoting the release of Tenet. I basically went straight from Chris Nolan's movie into that, and yeah, I was feeling a little bit loopy anyways. So having some time off is not the worst thing in the world, but hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later that everything is hopefully in a better place. That makes sense because Tenet is a big production film. It's a big film. He's got to promote it as he's promoting for Total Film. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for skipping Nuke the Fridge. Hello. But anyways, you could call us. We'll definitely interview Pattinson if you want. But it's great to see this comment right here because he's coming off direction from my favorite Batman director, Chris Nolan, and he's going straight into the Batman, and I'm hoping it's half as good as the Dark Knight trilogy. What do you guys think? What do you think, Chris?
Well, I think we were just talking about the tough grind for an actor doing a TV series. Imagine doing 2 big blockbusters back to back.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same thing. So yeah, I'm okay with him being like, yeah, it's nice to have a little time off, because if you're an actor like that who's trying to pump out that many movies, you don't get much time off. I mean, granted, you're making millions of dollars, so like, no boo-hoo, but person to person.
Jeffrey?
I think it's good because, I feel like I remember talking to Chris Evans during the Captain America junket, and he pretty much went straight from Captain America right into Avengers. And I think he said he would have liked a little bit of a break to kind of just see how people responded to the first Captain America movie before he dived into, to kind of see the reception to Captain America, make some adjustments before diving right into Cap and Avengers, just to sort of flesh out the character. I know these are 2 different characters, but I think it will help him refine his performance, make some adjustments, and just get a rest. So, I mean, I think that can be beneficial as well. So hopefully when he comes back to set, he's fully energized and fully ready to go. And nothing he said was, I got to be honest, nothing he said was outrageous to me.
This is kind of cool too. He went on to go ahead.
I got to be honest. I find Pattinson to be a very kind of refreshing, honest guy, because he, sometimes these actors, sometimes you listen to them, they kind of sound crazy and like they're kind of just a little bit weird. And look, sometimes that can really help just drive incredible performances. But I honestly find Pattinson to generally be a very kind of refreshing, honest individual. And nothing he says sounds really outrageous to me. Everything he says sounds very pragmatic and honest, I got to say.
Yeah, although this is intense, check this out. The actor also confirmed that he found out about getting the Batman role on the first day of filming Tenet. The morning of the first day, he says it was kind of insane. It was a very, very insane weekend. That was a crazy way to start Chris's film. And then he laughs. I think I was doing a screen test as well on Saturday before I started. Holy shit, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. The thing about Robert Pattinson is he's a method actor, and he uses his past performances to evolve his past movies to evolve his next performances. Like, his voice for the Batman that he came up with, he pulled from Liam Neeson's voice from The Lighthouse.
I do think he has
he said that, so it's interesting.
I'm very curious to see what Matt Reeves does. I like the fact that he's doing a Nolan film, but he's got an uphill battle.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to what Jeffrey said about what Chris Evans said about being able to soak in the movie and kind of help evolve the character. And like Jeffrey said again, it's not like they're the same movie or similar movies or the same character, but it's good that he has that break so he can use the previous movie to kind of help him think about how
he's getting a break to rest, to tweak, to think about the role a little bit and come back hopefully energized and raring to go.
But I mean, again, I want to use The Lighthouse. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie.
Fantastic.
Really, I didn't like it.
Really odd movie.
I didn't like it.
Acquired taste.
I think Pattinson's been doing good work lately, and that's why I'm confident they made a good choice for this film.
Yes.
I feel, he did the Twilight movies, but I feel like he's post-Twilight, he's made strong decisions, and he doesn't get into trouble. He does his job. He doesn't, He's not a troublemaker. I think they made a good choice here. You know, I respect this choice, and I respect Pattinson as an actor because he's been doing very quality roles. Pattinson is one ugly dude.
Oh, Bunda,
well, you're lucky you're an actor.
Not another teen movie, you know, first, and then look at it. Now he's freaking Captain America.
Yeah. I hated Johnny Storm in the FF movies.
Yeah.
I think it's Zia. You pronounce it? Man, go for it. Send me a private message on Twitter at NerdLecca. I have 5 codes for the Rise of Skywalker. They have all the extras and everything. First 5 people that send me a private message on Twitter at NerdLecca, I'll hook you up. You gotta
shoot your shot, Zia. Shoot your shot.
You can redeem these over there at movies.
What do you have for lose?
Did you have 6?
Follow NerdLecca.
I only had 5.
I have
follow
5 right now.
NerdLecca on Twitter. Send him a message. You could have a free code of the Rise of Skywalker.
You said it's
you want one, don't you?
Yeah,
you
want one. Take one. It has all the extras.
Send me that tweet. Send me that PM right now.
Yeah, Jesus.
Just go reminder.
Get at NerdLecca. Go to Twitter. Type in at NerdLecca. Find at NerdLecca. Send him his message. Follow him. Subscribe to him. And get your copy of The Rise of Skywalker. Episode 9, people. What do you have to lose? Nothing.
You know, I've been collecting these digital movies. I've been redeeming them, actually. But the great thing about them is that you get to, you don't have to mess with your physical copy. Digital copies will never replace physical copies of movies, in my opinion, but you don't have to mess with them. You could open them once, keep your Blu-ray nice, tucked away somewhere, and just play these, when you want. But yeah, man, we're gonna play some. We're gonna be playing on Twitch. If you haven't followed us there, damn, my voice is going.
He's so excited that he's losing his voice, guys.
Well, you know what? We were open for a few days over there at Frankenstein, and talking through the mask, you have to yell, and it really messes with your throat.
You have to wear the mask the whole time you're at Frankenstein's?
Yeah, masks are required.
But
correct.
When the video, it looked like there was a huge line outside.
Outside's not inside.
Outside, okay.
And
so you have to keep a very small amount inside.
Out of what you saw was 3,000 people lined up outside.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Maybe one person didn't have a mask, and we provided it for them.
But that line was not a socially distanced line.
It was actually 6 feet.
That was actually 6 feet. Okay.
Correct. Family members are allowed to stay within that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because if you
when you see a blob, and I'm only speaking for the show I'm working on. When you see a blob of people, then we say, hey, if you don't know the person, 6 feet apart.
Support the channel. Become a member. Cash App. Nerd Report. Twitter at NerdLecca.
You can also subscribe on
Live
Twitch.
it. Live it. Know it.
You can also subscribe to him on Twitch.
There we go,
this
man.
Guy, he's pumping his guns for you. He's giving you the gun show. What more could you want?
Just don't take off the hat.
Why? That's where the nudity really lies.
Oh my God.
Rub it for good luck.
Okay, so we have an update from Deadline here about Tenet. July 17th release. Cinemark boss says Warner Brothers and Christopher Nolan optimistic, quote unquote, pick will stick to that date.
Well, that's just they could save AMC.
I don't know. I mean, guys, we're already in June right now. We're in June right now. July 17th is next month. Well, you really need theaters running on full cylinders to have a movie like this.
Well, they're opening here in Florida. They're opening 50% starting this Friday.
That's 50%, and that's Florida.
They got them. Well, yeah, and they got a month and a half, essentially, almost to.
That's not enough time. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Chris, Chris, I'm in Southern California. I'm in one of the biggest states in the union.
I know
one of the most populated states in the union. You know how many theaters? You know how many theaters we have opened up right now?
0. I know. I'm well aware. I follow the news. I'm very well aware of what
you need. You need New York. You need LA. You need all the big cities, and not at 50%. You need 100% to be able to run a movie like this.
I wouldn't say. I don't say you need 100%.
Can you get that? This is a $200 million movie. You can't. Look what happened to Pixar's Onward. Look what happened to Onward, right as like this whole pandemic was starting. Do you think without the pandemic, Onward would have done better? Or do you think it would have done?
No.
You don't think it would have?
No.
Why?
Because I don't think it was a good movie.
I'm going to your house and I'm taking your pets away.
Because I didn't like Onward.
You don't.
Lewis, now he's offended.
Lewis.
Yes, sir.
I'm very angry right now.
Lewis, did you like Onward?
I haven't seen it yet.
Lewis loved Onward.
He hasn't seen it yet. He admits he hasn't seen it yet, at least.
What was wrong with Onward, Chris?
It was just a little...
What? A little what?
Not true to itself, I felt like.
Not true to itself? What does that even mean?
I'll rewatch it and I'll let you know. How about that? Because I watched it once on...
That's flimsy, Chris. Flimsy.
I do have codes to the game. I'll be giving them out at Twitch a little bit. So head over to Twitch.
Chris, you want to know what that reasoning is?
What?
It's erroneous.
It's erroneous. Erroneous. Good use of an SAT word there. Congratulations. You just earned 2 points on your SAT score.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Chris.
Professor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading over to Twitch. We're going to be talking even more BS, but we're going to play video games as we do it. Watch me suck. If you have Xbox or Steam, I could hook you up with the game. So there we go. Let me see what's going on here.
I'm very happy with that.
You don't have it? Do you have Xbox or Steam? Jeffrey?
No. I have a Mac computer. I don't even have an Xbox.
Yeah, so we're gonna be playing Kart Rider.
Yeah.
So check that out.
I can watch you play Kart Rider.
All right, head over there. Twitch, baby. We're heading over there right now. This is Nerd Report. Shameless plug, Harry. Hollywood Purgatory.
Once again, I am the J to the E to the double F -re. You can find me on Twitter at Wheeljack83.
Chris.
CJ Walker 82 on Twitter. Hang out all over the place. There we go.
Listen to him talk about how bad of a movie Onward is.
Lewis Leck in the house. You can follow me on Twitter at NerdLecca. You can follow me on Instagram at NerdLecca. And I have Rise of Skywalker codes. If you guys want to claim those, I have 5. So send me a private message on Twitter right now. Also, we're going to play. I have codes for, what is it? How come I keep forgetting the name? Kart Rider Drift on Xbox and Steam. So head over there and request it, and I'll try to hook you up. With that, we'll be back tomorrow. Nerd out.